Your work at designing the workplace was truly iconic. I did have a little note here that you wanted to somehow make it worse just for the women, though. We still thinking that's what we're going to do? Oh, yes, the women. Remember how we discussed belonging being a core human need and how isolation drives chronic stress and burnout? We're going to take that to the extreme. Before business is even invented, we're going to drop in my favorite creation, patriarchy. We're going to start telling all of the men that they are superior to the women, that the women should stay at home, support the man, take care of the children and all the domestic things. So the men will actually leave the women out of the workforce for a few thousand years, and then we'll allow them to start coming in. And the women at that point will very much feel like the minority. They'll be treated as such, harassed, doubted, overlooked, discriminated against, yada, yada. You get the idea. And it will also make the women feel like everything about themselves is wrong, that they need to change the way they act, speak, behave, that they are never quite enough to be able to fit in and succeed. Ooh, I can already see an entire mood board. I see discrimination, unfairness, isolation, sprinkling in unworthiness. Do you have anything else? We'll still keep the societal expectation that women are supposed to be in charge of all the domestic labor and caretaking duties. So they'll have to do most of that and the work. But since they're deemed as being less competent and having less leadership potential, they'll have higher expectations put on them. They'll be promoted 14% less, and they'll start blaming themselves, thinking they're the problem. Then we'll just keep beating that drum. I'm thinking daily microaggressions, having people question their work, talk over them in meetings, ask them if there's someone more junior. We'll give 90% of the high-performing women feedback about their personalities instead of their work, and only do that to like 12% of the men. And then do silly little degrading things, like have them be forced to pump breast milk under their desk or in the bathroom, and make it impossible for them to really be a parent if that's something they want to do. Like make the office schedule and the school day schedule misaligned by, let's call it at least 2 hours. Don't tell me there's more. Of course there's more, darling. Devil. All right, let's just kind of have the constant threat of sexual harassment and assault hanging over their heads in the workplace, when they're walking to their cars, kind of everywhere. And then we'll sprinkle in some good lose-lose situations. Tell them they should be leaders and empower them. But then when they do find success, have people just kind of like them less because they're violating traditional gender norms. And then last but not least, I just want to hit on fairness and the financial insecurity piece right on the head. Let's just pay them all less across the board, but make that somehow really unfair as well. Asian and white women a bit less, and then Black, Latina, and Indigenous women far less. We're going to tell them that it's their fault for making less money, that they're not asking for raises enough, even though research shows that women asked for them just as much as the men. But we'll just continue to perpetuate the idea that they're the problem and tell them that they need to lean in harder. They'll start gaslighting themselves.